Welcome to Kenpo University. My name's Alan Babinick, and this is my helper today, Ted. We're going to be doing Crossing Talon. Now, when you do the technique in orange, in the orange belt, you do it one way. You do the striking version. When you do it in short three, sorry, I said the wrong one. When you do it in short three, you're doing a pinning version. So let's find out why we're doing one instead of the other. So when we're doing the orange version of Crossing Talon, it's the striking version. So when he's got my wrist, if he grabs my wrist, I want to circle my hand around, get my counter grab, step forward, and step in front of his leg, and I'm snapping behind his elbow, all right? So I want to make sure I'll do it a little faster. I step in, and I've got my forearm right on the back of his elbow, and I'm pushing down. And you can see that I've got him. The cool thing is, don't know why, everybody always holds on. It's very nice of them. Okay? Everybody always does that. But that's the striking version, where you just want to come up and hit. And the thing is, with the striking version, if he's grabbing, they'll do the punch. You know, so if he's grabbing me with this hand, why is he doing it? He wants to punch me with that hand, right? So with the striking version, if he tries to throw a punch, as I bring this hand up, I've got my block, then I can step through, and there's another block, even if it came up a little bit. And when I throw him to the ground, his hand wants to be on the ground so that he can't punch me. If I left him up here someplace, he could still throw a punch and hit me. Let's take a look at the short three version, the pinning version. So I'm finished doing circling wing. So in the technique I'm doing this, if I just pivot, I can't reach him. I would have to step into whatever's going on. And I don't want to do that without controlling this arm. So when we're doing short three, when you're doing the kata, you want to pivot, and you're in your forward bow, and this hand is already pinning. If you notice, his wrist is here. I want to pin more of the knuckles than back up here someplace. I'll show you why in a second. So when this is pinned, I'm here, and now this is up. If I start stepping forward and the punch is coming or whatever, I can control it. My elbow's on the back of his elbow. If you can see, my elbow's here. Now, I'm not done with the lock, by the way. I'll tell you what, I'll finish it. When I'm here, do you see how his hand is up like that? If I was, stay there. If I was like this, doing one of these locks, it's actually exactly the same thing, except I have his wrist. So I'm doing it one-handed. I'm pulling with this. That's why you don't want to be down here on the wrist, because then you don't get you don't get that. So you're going to be up here, grab his wrist, and you're pushing down. And again, I'd want him so his hand is in the ground. Okay, and I would drop down more so that I'm not leaning over, because if I'm leaning over Ted, when he falls, I fall. So I want to make sure I drop down, and then I can shuffle in with the elbow. That's pretty much how you want to do the pinning version versus the striking version. And no matter what, if you pin and bring this up, you're safe from the punch. If you just counter grab, well, there's your blocks anyhow. Okay, so you're safe from the punch. In the orange version, we have the striking version of Crossing Talon. In short three, we have the pinning version of Crossing Talon. It has to do with range, and either one's okay. The system shows you both, so you can do whichever one you want. But I would rather step and break the arm with the striking version than pinning first. If you haven't practiced the technique with that second punch coming at you, or the first punch actually, without the first punch coming at you, you might want to practice that way a little bit every once in a while, just to say, yeah, I got this. All right? Thank you, Ted. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.